Hey y'all, Squashy here. What you're watching is a video that was a part of my live stream that was a Squashy speedrun marathon for VR games. If you're interested in getting into any VR games, join the Discord down below. I also have a tutorial for Vacation Simulator, and I'm going to have other tutorials coming out for VR speedruns. Let's hop into the action. But let me go ahead and get this started up real quick, and then I'll do the timer. So this is going to be the first run, y'all. Joker is going to be the run on audio, and Joker, who is on commentary as well, is the world record holder for this. They're on the left side. Bopper is on the right side. So here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Looking good.
And we have a timer going.
Alrighty,
well, we're into it.
You want a place
Here we
to keep
go.
all your cool stuff.
Vacation Simulator, I always thought was a.
Really?
Well, when I first saw it, I was like, "Man, this game's gonna be terrible for speedrunning," because at the time I was world record holder for Job Simulator, and in that game you're confined to one physical space, like an office worker. You're confined to a cubicle, or gourmet chef. You're confined to a kitchen. But in this, it's like a linear open world, sort of. You're directed the way you're meant to go via 5 or 6 areas per like section. The vacation forest, vacation beach, and vacation mountain. But in a way, it's sort of open world. Cosmonia's High is actually open world, though.
God, I was gonna say, so it seems like they've just slowly opened up over time. Like they started out with a really like guided approach, and then they just slowly opened it up over time.
Yeah. So what's actually kind of funny is, depending on where Efficiency Bot is like talking, I realized when he's saying efficient in his little monologue at the start there, when he says fish, you want to scan your scan your thing, and then that'll be like the most optimal.
Oh, that's interesting. So is it gonna be at the? Do you know if it's like when he starts saying fish, or is it after fish happens?
I think it's when he says F.
Oh,
when he says
gotcha.
F, and then if you hear fish, then you've gotten probably the best possible. I don't want to say time. The best possible.
The best possible timing.
Yeah, the best possible timing. It's a lot of timing in this game. Luckily, we found some dialogue skips.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only dialogue skip that I knew in the run that I did, which is much slower than y'all's, was the one for Garden Bot and Photo Bot in the forest, which we'll probably see here soon.
You didn't do the what is its name? Barista Bot in Mountain Kitchen.
I don't think so. I might have done it on accident, but I don't think intentionally. I already see.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. I was gonna say we're already seeing that like y'all's movement right now is very, very clean and getting those done.
Yeah. One thing I realized is Bopper is really kind of spastic with their movements. Like you'll notice my turns are much slower than theirs.
Yeah.
Not intentionally. I just can't turn as fast. I'll get really dizzy.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I don't know what it was actually. When I was younger and I did this, I could turn as fast as I wanted. But I guess it's just age.
Yeah. It comes for us all.
I was like 11 or 12 when I started. I'm 16 now.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to think though. We're just talking through this entire section. I know. I should mention the collectibles for this game are called memories. You have to go around and talk to the different robots floating around in order to gain these memories. Before it was just going to be like an attraction by Vacation Bot, but Efficiency Bot comes in and says that that's not efficient enough for their data. So he decides that the best way to achieve that data is to collect a certain amount of memories. And that's about it for the memory part. At the end of the game, you'll see more about that, about memories.
Here's a memory of
You
the
and
time you
right
proved
now,
that
you and
I
Bopper are very
keep
close.
doing
Y'all are both
silly.
right up there,
Lots of props to try.
talking directly to the wildlife photography bot. Now,
Right
I feel like
here.
this wildlife skipping one. Do you ever have any issues getting the throw on like the first or second try?
Skip, human. I think
Actually, during one of my practice runs, I failed the throw on the first try, but
Got it. Well, I see here, Bopper did the same thing. They failed their first one and then got the
oh
second
dang,
one.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
So just
During
here, y'all
my-
were like neck to neck on the wildlife bot, but just from that rock skip, that's how far
Yeah,
away
I
we
noticed.
are.
I noticed they actually got to fish before I did.
Yeah,
They got
exactly.
to the,
They were
the fish
moving
part
quickly.
before me. Bopper's always been really fast at VK. They had record for a bit before the days of reckoning.
It sounds like, I mean, with Bopper's new time, it looks like he's trying. They're trying to come for the sub 20 Joker.
Yeah.
Are you gonna let it
sure.
happen?
No, absolutely fucking not. No, I think Bopper's a great runner. They're probably gonna get sub 20. I don't know who will get it first. I have more time than them right now.
Just look at this chart.
No, that's fair. So
Yeah,
right now,
so
I
I've just
noticed
been
you
lost.
grab the hat right from the thing, which you'll use later on the snowman in the mountain. Why did you grab the sunglasses? Is it for the same reason?
Yes, I believe you need sunglasses to put onto the snowbot. Or snowman, I don't know what it's called in this.
Gotcha. See, that's one I didn't even realize that you needed to do. I was just grabbing the sunglasses and the mitten whenever I talked to the ranger bot in winter.
One thing I realized during my practice runs, and you might actually see eventually, because I forgot about it during one of the runs, is that you can't take any of the items off of the snowman after you took the picture. The game checks to see if the picture is the snowman with all the stuff on it. If it is, then great. But it also checks for if the snowman is currently wearing a hat, has a nose, and has glasses.
Really?
If it doesn't have any of those, the picture will not count.
That's funny. I didn't recognize that. Well, so for right now, just so y'all know what Joker's doing here on the left, there's a whole bunch of targets around that you hit so that you can get a memory later on in the game. One of them is butted up right against, almost like basically perpendicular to where you were standing on that green area. And so when Joker is shooting, they're trying to get a very specific spot so that they can basically register the target. It's very difficult and is not extremely consistent. But if you get it, it's great.
Yeah, it's definitely not consistent. The most consistent... Actually, I wouldn't say any of the targets are really consistent.
That's fair.
None of the targets are very fun to do. Target shooting is hard. My favorite target to get, though, is the one that's behind the sign. At Photobot.
Yeah, that was a fun one. We'll see that in a bit.
Great.
Yeah.
Alright, so we see you suffered a bit with the butterfly there.
Yeah, you'll notice that there are bugs that we collect throughout the areas in order to give to what is called, I believe they're called Bugbot. Stupid name. But if you miss the bug, then they'll just fly away. So what you have to do is you have to go out and back in, and it loses you probably 3 or 4 seconds per time. The easiest place to get them, though, honestly, probably either forest or beach. Mountains bugs are so hard.
I agree. Mountains bugs move very fast away from you.
Especially the first blue one. That one I consistently miss.
One thing you may notice if you're watching closely here is on Joker's screen, you'll see, oh, look at this. So he'll hit the target right there, right behind there. If you can get behind it, just hit the target. But one thing you'll see is sometimes Joker will leave memories out and like not pick them up. And so you might be wondering, why is that? That's because as long as they're out and about, they won't disappear until you either like deload, like get out of the area entirely, or you pick up another memory. So like for instance, he left the one from Suntan Bot and picked up another memory, and so he pulled all of the memories that were in that stage at the time into his wrist at one point.
Yeah. We at first didn't know how that worked. I believe actually it's not. there's like 3 ways to collect memories.
Oh, okay.
The first way is to collect one at a time. The second way is to collect several at a time by leaving others out, and then you collect one. It collects every other memory that is in your like direct eyesight. But and then it'll collect it if you load into a different area.
Okay, I got
That's
you.
actually a strat I found yesterday for Forest.
Interesting.
Because you know how it doesn't let you grab the memory at first once the I forgot what their name is. The one where you give them a picture of you with the beanie on in Forest.
Wildlife
Forest.
photography bot?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
At first, when they dispense the memory from themselves, it won't be grabbable. But if you move forward as it's dispensing, it will be there in the next area. Don't grab it, just move on, it'll collect it for you.
Oh, that's very interesting.
It'll save probably 5 seconds.
There you go. I mean,
Not too
all
much
we need
time.
is 9 seconds to get the sub 20, so you know.
Yeah, at this point, it's just small optimizations, I think.
Bopper is making 2 fishes kiss. That is not a speedrun strat. Oh, and he just batted one with the with the scope. Oh my, we do not. No animals were harmed in the filming of these speedruns. Oh, there he goes again. We're gonna have to ban Bop. Bopper's banned. Bopper's bop. We do not condone hitting fish with scopes. But one thing I do want to note real quick is one, Joker's incredible accuracy with the snowball. So you'll notice he picked up a memory just from being able to flick all of those snowballs in the right area. But on that last stage, one of the things that really put Bopper in behind Joker was the handling of the butterflies and the food that he needed to give out to the sports bot. So a lot of that movement was very clean from Joker, and you saw kind of some stumbling there from Bopper. So that was kind of the big difference there. Both of them are aiming perfectly great with this.
Bopper actually found that strat originally. The original, using the slingshot as the snowball.
Oh,
For
really?
the sign. Yeah, Bopper
I thought that
found
was brilliant. Way to go, Bopper, on that one.
Yeah, that was during the 3 years when I just wasn't playing. But I found just recently a faster way to sculpt ice.
Really? How was that?
You just saw me there messing up the ice sculpting, however. The faster way to sculpt is if you put it in the middle of 4 blocks on top, then just like press down, it'll destroy all 4.
Oh, I see what you're
So
saying.
it's big help for like the first one, say,
I
because
also
you have
saw
to
that you
destroy a lot of
used-
blocks at a time.
I saw you use the snowball as the nose for the snowman. I've never seen that before.
Really?
Yeah,
What do you use?
I use the mitten. I go up and talk to the ranger bot,
Mountain shot
then
bot.
do that. So now, see, this is interesting. I don't know where we differ in what we do, but you do an extra memory in the kitchen. But I swear that I was using your world record like route for most of it, and so I don't know where I differ from you on that. I don't know where I get an extra memory or what.
Yeah.
Primary sibling.
You definitely
One, we cook anything in the surprise, and then we cook anything in the blender.
Yep.
And then we put a broccoli and an egg in the surprise because that is the order that Barista Bot wants.
Great job, human.
And so, by giving it to Barista Bot as they're about to give us the memory, it then spawns the memory because it skips their dialogue.
Okay, I am interested to see what happens here because on my version of the game, using the broccoli and egg pie does not, like, I don't know how to say it. It does not get a new memory. So I'm interested to see what the
rock
final thing
climbing.
is. But right now, Joker right now is doing a this may be one of like the things you have to be the quickest like witted at during the game. Is you have to climb up to a little above 90 to get 2 memories, and so you do that by doing either the same color that you grabbed or the same shape that you grabbed.
You'll see here, that's another strat I found. As they're talking, you can just leave and it'll collect the memories.
See, now that was I was gonna ask you about that. You can leave and it'll collect the memories. So you already
Yeah.
see we're seeing 10 seconds lost almost for Bopper, just from the fact that they stayed and got the memory. So that's a big win.
Yeah, just by doing these new, like, dialogue skipping. It's not really dialogue skipping, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get
They
you.
could probably save 30 seconds off their time
I don't even want to look at that
if they had
chart
just
anymore.
done that. It also
Funny how it
works
is.
on I don't know what their name is, but they're underwater in the beach
I don't get
vacation.
it. It
The
seems like no matter how much
Oh,
I
the
do
music?
vacations,
Oh, you can just leave
these
after that.
metrics get worse.
Yeah, once
The
they start
Bureau of
talking,
Simulations
and
does
I
not
think
have
ergonomic
after
monitors,
you slingshot the picture to the guy,
some drastic changes.
that's when you can leave.
Okay, see, that's new for me too, slingshotting the picture. I've never seen that.
Yeah, that's dialogue skip.
I'll wait here for them to come
Because certain
You're
bots
not
have
getting a
dialogue
memory from that,
priority.
right?
And we'll catch up with you soon.
No, certain
okay,
bots have
gotcha.
dialogue priority.
Oh, so it layers. Wow. That's really good information.
We have no idea why.
Okay, so I'm interested. So you have this.
I'm willing to forget.
So you can see once I give him the pie, he immediately gives me the memory.
Oh.
Once you find
Oh wait, so you're not giving him the cheddar. You're not giving him the pie so that you get an additional memory. You're getting it so it skips the dialogue.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
That's also
that
how it
makes more
works.
sense.
For some reason on the food bots, you have to wait for their dialogue to finish before you can leave. You have to wait for the memory to spawn. Don't know why. It's stupid.
Gotcha.
But it's for all. I haven't found a way to skip it for any of the food bots specifically.
Gotcha. Okay, this has been an amazing learning experience for me, as well, because this has been fantastic. I'll have to wait. Maybe I'll wait till y'all get the what's the word I'm looking for? Y'all get sub 20, and then we'll have to redo the 80% tutorial. That'll be a good one. Just for everyone watching right now,
You can't just say part.
you're gonna see Joker and soon Bopper is going to enter in to this pretty much just long dialogue, and all they have to do is just hit this button basically as quickly as possible. And so this is kind of just a little bit of a relaxed time for the runners, and just to hit buttons back and forth. And once we get to the end and we hit save the vacation, that's gonna be the time. It's usually about what, 3 minutes from now? Yeah, 3.5.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I knew it at one point. I think it's somewhere around I think 4 minutes 15 seconds around there.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it is quite some time. These runs really take 15 to 25 minutes to complete up to this point, and then usually you can just sit back. Honestly, you could probably just get a chair. If you were speedrunning this, you just need to run for the first 15 to 30 minutes, and then you can just sit back and do this.
If
Like
you
DK
had
bongos.
if you had perfect timing on this section, the button won't even like go up. It won't like go up. It'll be red and the text will appear on it, but it just won't go up because you're pressing it too fast.
Show painting in
Is
nature
that now
has a lasting
one
effect.
thing? Whenever you're cycling through
That's
the graphs
Human.
at
I
the
like your
end, do
attitude.
you need to let
Let's
the
keep it
button
moving.
rise up fully before you hit it?
Spent most of their time
You have to let the
inside
animation
some
play on the screen.
What better
Oh,
indoor
okay,
activity
gotcha.
than
All right. I
someone
wasn't sure if it
puzzle?
was the button or the animation, so that's
Oh,
good
I
to
see.
know.
You're trying to flatter me, human, but this is for your own good.
Yeah,
How long
it's
that would have taken you without
it's
my help.
confusing for most new
Next.
runners.
It really
The,
is. There's lots of little, there's a lot of little idiosyncrasies that you wouldn't know without like your time or knowledge that you and Bopper have.
That sculpture
Yeah,
might not have taken long to
Bopper's-
execute.
I believe Bopper's more knowledgeable about me on the game. I just have better reflexes, I think.
There you go.
This is not vacation.
We were making so
covered
much
Yeah,
the
but
word,
this
I didn't
this
realize.
A little
section
bit more time,
this section
I'm
goes
sure
for
we were
like
going to pull through.
Look at the graph efficiency
for
bot. The metrics are
let me
still
think. If
falling
we
and got
entered
even
at
worse when we switched to efficient
16,
vacationing.
40.
That can't be true. We were at maximum
So yeah,
vacation
about
potential.
about
This has to be
3 minutes and
Without in the graph
just below
now
4
after
minutes.
the million times you agonized over it?
1 million is a
Gotcha.
gross
So I'm looking at, let's
misrepresentation
see,
of
what
my
did you say?
analysis.
You said
My internal counter.
Hold on a second. Human. What is that?
We don't
Did
have
I
the
get my
time to
timing
be
wrong?
figuring out what the
Did
human
Bopper
is
get
doing.
the? No,
We
I'm
have
looking at.
bigger
I was looking at
equations
the
to
timer.
solve.
Bopper sent me the
No,
time at some
look up
point for his
Elizabeth.
second one,
I think the key
and I
is
don't
This
know if it
time
was
is
in the. I don't know if it was in the
really
group chat or not. I don't know where he put it.
Internal relaxation.
this time is really
sharply
good for my
rising.
run.
But how does this help?
I think it's still 20 minutes. Nah, it's
But it's
still
the
20
start.
minutes.
Oh, we still have 20 minutes. We still have
That's
plenty
it.
of time. They have a
You
whole like
see?
30
The
seconds of
humans used
dialogue.
vacation as a
Yeah.
Where they talk about
After-
like,
Yes.
oh,
after you
this is
overlay
what
job.
happens. Yeah.
Output metrics were
Mhm.
highest while
I
jobbing.
thought
but
Bopper sent it.
Always
using
un-
time
I always
where they could
underestimate
focus
how
on
long they talk.
internal
I
processes.
know. I do that too.
Exactly.
Because I
It
think
was the
my
focus on
time's
the
like a
metrics
28
and
minute,
never on the
and I
bigger
thought I
picture.
entered it like,
And our
you know, I
research
entered it,
pushes
you know,
humans to gather
23
memories and
minutes or
joint
so,
excursions,
and I was
seeing
like,
how
oh yeah, dude, we're
Wasn't
good.
that
This was
either
a
one of our
this was a
series
good,
was
this is a
correct?
pretty decent
It
run.
was
And then I
both
was
of
like,
them
4 minutes later,
together.
I think
What?
we can
Yeah.
convince the Bureau
What?
to modify the
What's
metrics,
happening?
but my
Yeah,
experiment
seriously.
in efficient
I don't
vacationing
deserve
has
this.
significantly affected the
Mhm.
human's internal
God, I
that's
remember
funny.
when we
I wish vacation
remember
had
back
an
when we
undo button.
entered.
Wait a
It was
nanosecond.
really
You
fast to
might be
enter
away,
this area
but
at like 20 minutes
we
in.
have to work together to pull this off.
That was like
Are you
back in
saying
That was the
2019 when the
time.
game came out.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, the
am
time that stood for a
so
while before
hyped.
I started trying was by
There it is.
Bradless.
Time 2033. Yeah, perfect. Right on there. So let's see what Bopper finishes up with. Congrats to Joker for taking the first run of
Let's
the day.
go.
I'll get
Yeah.
you
Still really great runs from both people.
Yeah, these are fantastic runs for, especially for like a marathon. Like, I mean, you don't see a minute from PB runs in a marathon often. It's not
Yeah.
a common thing.
Yeah, definitely not.
So just right around 21 minutes for Bopper.
Looked like
So
2059.
yeah, I missed the exact save time.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me get you. So let me reset here and let's get set up for round 2. Joker, do you want to stick around for the second one? Love to have you, but obviously if you need to go.
I mean, I can stay for sure. Any questions
Awesome.
anyone has, I can ask. Or I
Let
can
me
answer.
get the second run of Boppers up.
I'm pulling up the world record history right now, actually.
I forget that. I always forget
Just
that's a
to-
thing. It's one of the coolest features
To move around,
that
look into the bathroom to
that,
Well, it's just a
speedrun.com has.
well, not only that, I also put it on a spreadsheet
Oh, never mind.
just for quick access. Yeah, it was. I started running again on. Well, the first run world record was actually 51:44. It was
Wow,
by.
that's
It was, you probably don't remember him. He left the moderation team before you joined, but he's still a Discord mod. Keegan Extreme Gaming.
oh,
Great
I've
runner.
seen his name. I've seen his name before, but I
Yeah.
didn't know who he was.
He was the first run, and then 5 days later, Bradless McGee got a 25:56, and that stood for a while just because I was playing on PSVR at the time, and they could not. They had to work more on the PSVR port before it actually
Oh,
released.
okay.
So like
Gotcha.
the PC version of Vacasim released in April 2019, and then I think the PSVR port released July.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they still had a lot of
funny.
work to do.
Yeah, that insane. It always is funny the first like week or so that a game's out, and you see the speedrun.com boards like lose 30 minutes or an hour from the
Yeah,
first
I
run
s-
set.
I stopped playing around August. I think like a late August 2019, because that's when I was like, okay, I'm pretty content with this time. I don't think people will take it much lower. And then Bopper got a 23:00 in 2021, so I started playing again in January 2022 this year. And
Oh, that's when
in
it came down.
6 days, I brought it down by 3 minutes.
Wow. What a play. Well, give me just 1
Yeah.
second. I'm gonna get the run started, and then I want to keep talking about this. So we're gonna go in
Yeah, for
3,
sure.
2. Oh, I don't have my hand over. 3, 2, 1, go.
Mhm.
And we're off.
I'll actually have to update my video that I released recently. I did a top 3 comparison where all 3 vacation simulator runs started at the same time, and it was like the top 3 times. It was It was before Bopper had gotten a 21, actually.
Oh,
Someone else had second place, and then it was my 2009 versus a 2148, and then at the time Bopper had, yeah, I want to say at the time Bopper had a 2205, 04.
Mhm.
So I'll have to update that once I get Bopper's 2048.
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, maybe, and maybe might just need to wait. Y'all might be sub 20s before long.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna really start trying this week to get that sub 20, but it's gonna be real hard.
Yeah.
I get on great runs and then I get fucked over at the end with the rock climbing.
Mountain climbing, yeah. That's
Yeah.
tough. I mean, that really is. I feel like that's kind of the final boss of the game. Oh, I need to turn on some volume for one of these two. I feel like
Yeah.
the rock climbing is really that final boss. Once you're past that, it should be fairly smooth sailing from there.
Yeah, rock climbing is so hard. It was hard before, it's still hard. Although if we get to the third run, I don't think we will, unfortunately, because I think Bopper only did 2.
I'm not sure that measuring vacations was the
You'll
point,
see
but I
I messed up a lot on the rock climbing because I threw my shoulder while I was doing it.
Oh no, that's tough. I mean, how are you recovering now?
It still hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
It's nothing like when I punched my wall during my 2009.
Yeah.
That hurt for like a week.
What
after, 'cause
area
I
of the world record did you punch on accident?
When I was sliding at the boat and beach, I was sliding the thing from stop to go.
Oh, that sucks.
And I was trying to do it quickly, so I just fucking slammed into the wall.
I mean, if there's a time to like hurt yourself during the game, that might be it.
Yeah, that's really the only time you could. There's not much else when
Yeah.
you're really.
That's
doing
not bad.
that.
The speed at which y'all make those s'mores is insane, by the way. Mine always
Yeah.
fall apart. Every time.
Yeah, you get used to the physics so much so to the point where you can just throw stuff onto other things. So like you'll
Gotcha.
see if you put in slow motion, you'll see Bopper and I, we grab a graham cracker and then we like lightly toss the things onto it.
That's crazy.
It's the same way with Job Simulator. Speed has Job Simulator down right now though. I'd like to revisit it, but I just couldn't find the motivation.
Now, is there a way to skip the dialogue of the kitchen bot here in Forest?
If you give it its order, yes.
Oh, okay, so that's a similar thing as doing the mountain bot one. Interesting.
But the thing is, 1, I don't know its order, and 2, even if I did, I think we checked and their order is like really hard to do and just wouldn't save time.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, does the donut change the color of the fish at all? Do you know?
It does. I think it changes it to maybe pink.
Oh, okay. I was wondering because my idea was I would think it would change it to orange because it's like some sort of bread. But
Oh wow, I
I
got so
think
much
makes
fish
sense
way
though.
before me.
Bopper is rocking this forest right now.
Yeah, this forest was way less than optimal. They must have messed up somewhere though.
Pass accepted. Please stay on the trail.
Yeah, the fish RNG can be really bad in
Yeah.
forests. As you can see right now, I think I'm like 20 seconds behind.
Yeah, I mean you can't really do anything about that. I've sat there for like 20 seconds waiting for a catfish to show up before. It just takes some time.
Yeah, it's really good if you get all 3 in a row, but it's happened once where I've gotten 4 of the same fish in a row. So I believe it's just on a system where it's a 33, or I guess 1/3 chance to get each
Gotcha.
fish, for each fish to spawn. One thing I did think about at one point was while you're going through the forest, you go across a little hopscotch thing to get to Photobot. that's where the fish actually come from. They jump over that little part to go over. I was gonna see if you could bend down and grab
pick up.
one, because that would be really useful, but it would probably be PSA.
Yeah,
PSA being play space abuse.
I was gonna say, how much like Super Hot, is there really like a limit to player space abuse? Like, what is the limit? Just generally what you would normally be able to get?
Yeah, just if you are going out of your area to grab something which you in the main area you couldn't get, then that is play space abuse.
Got it.
But
That
we
makes
do
sense.
have a category specifically for play space abuse. However, it's actually slower than no PSA.
It's just one of those things where it's just
Because
it's hard to get going. Like, I
And
mean,
also,
you would
just
have to have so
don't
much
need it
space
in
to
this
be able to
game.
do it.
You just don't need it in this game either. I guess the only place you would need it for would maybe be, yeah, it would be the hot tub bot, because if you go far out of bounds enough and use your slingshot to shoot the snow safety bot, it has a dialogue priority, so it'll skip if you keep shooting it. It'll skip through hot tub bot's dialogue.
I wonder if like the snowball disappears, or if you could arch it up really high and hit it like from an angle, but I doubt it would. I feel like
You
it'd just fly straight.
if you somehow got that, I would be so surprised. That seems just like angle perfection.
Well, wait, so
Angular
is it,
perfection.
do you have to hit every single board there, or are you saying just hit Snowbot at all?
Just hit Snowbot at all.
Oh, okay. See, there's got to be a setup somewhere. If you can angle that perfectly, I think it could happen. Maybe that's 100% routing stuff.
Yeah.
Welcome to the dock shop, human. Hey, you're my first customer.
Looks like I'm
today.
slightly
Let's
caught
make
up
a memory
to
together. Take a
Bopper.
sip.
Yeah, I think I really think that your speed on the food drop off to sports bot and the bug drop off has really shown already.
One downside of the quest is, before what I did is I would just keep the coolant on Suntan Bot, and I would put it on the hot dog. Then I would try throwing the vegan burger, you got the vegan pretzel bun. I would throw it behind to try and get it to or no, I would turn around and try and give it to YogaBot, but then the coolant would just toss.
Yep.
For some
Yep.
reason.
I had the same thing happen to me. I had no idea what was happening, but it
would just
happened to me.
fling away.
Yep. It's really difficult. I don't know. I wish that was possible, but sometimes you just gotta take the loss in hopes that you don't lose the run. Especially if you're in like a marathon situation like this.
It'll be faster to do. It'll be you'll be able to do that actually with the Quest Pro when that releases.
Oh, because of the tracking.
Yeah, it no longer depends on the cameras for the tracking.
I went to Best Buy today and tried out the MetaQuest Pro at the shop. So they did a demo Saturday and Sunday of this week. As for the game, and honestly, like it's 100% an AR headset, like we all knew. But if I was to get serious about speedrunning or like sports in VR, I would 100% buy those controllers to use with the Quest 2. Their tracking is really good.
Looks like Bobber forgot they can use the slingshot. They were just throwing it.
Maybe that's just what they normally do, and
They found the slingshot strat though.
Oh. Come
So it's hard-
on, Bop. Come on, Bopper.
Hard to believe.
Get it together.
Yeah. Maybe they were just
No, that can't be. This vacation is
not
going
paranoid.
well.
I'm trying to think of the word. They were
Panicking.
just stressed. Yeah, panicking. Because their beach wasn't to amazing.
Yeah, they did. That was a rough beach, especially around the food drop
Yeah.
off.
Food drop off, and also they had some trouble getting the butterflies.
Oh yes, yes. That'll hurt you.
Yeah. I don't know actually what the bugs are. Like, oh, it's dragonflies in forest. In forest you collect dragonflies, in beach you collect butterflies, and then in mountain you collect moths.
There you go. I always call them different things. In my any percent tutorial for it, I literally say like all 3 of those things in every single map. I just kept forgetting which one
I
it
just
was.
call them bugs. That's what they are. They're just bugs.
And that is true. Y'all's aim with this is great, by the way. I think all of my runs, I never actually complete the shooting, just because I'm missing like 1 or 2 left. So
yeah.
it is.
Well, again, you get used to the angle.
Yeah,
you get used
absolutely.
to the physics.
Okay, so here we're gonna see your quicker movement in action.
Yeah. So if you put it in the middle, it'll start. Right there, it won't work because it's not 4. But
Yeah.
if you put it right in the middle of 4, it'll try breaking them all immediately, and it does most of the time.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. I actually, people say I have the best ice sculpting, but that's because my main category before any percent was mountain 100%.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so I did all of the ice sculptures before in mountain 100%.
So wait, now I see that you took the hat here. So are you gonna put it back on, or is this where you found out?
That's when I found out.
Oh no.
Because I had to walk all the way back. You'll see me try to. But also, I wanted to use that hat because it has such a good pattern on that. It has 5 dots in a row.
Oh, so the dots stay the same afterwards. I figured that it was just randomized. So it depending on the hat, that's the pattern that you get.
Yeah, that's why we're so fast at the one hat.
Oh, that makes sense. Wow, see, new information all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, so here you leave the knitting bot and grab that. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, so here we go. We got the
There
hat.
I realized my backpack was full.
Oh no. There we go. Wow, so this was the first time that's ever happened to you, huh?
Not the first time. It happened a few years back.
Oh,
But
okay,
at
gotcha.
that point was when I remembered.
Oh.
But right around there, I gotta go back and grab the present because my backpack was full at the time.
Gotcha. Right now we see Bumbo took a little bit of lead there whenever you did that.
Yeah, a bit of a lead.
We'll have to see. Now again, like we said, rock wall is one of those things that really
It makes or breaks
a run. So let's see how Bopper's by the way, if we call him Bunbo, he just changed his name to Bopper on Discord, so I'm trying to say Bopper, but I don't know which one they want me to call him.
Yeah, we love Bopper. Bopper's a great runner.
So has Bopper been their name for a while? Is Bunbo like a new name?
Bunbo has been their name for as long as I can remember. Actually, it might have been someone else, but I can't remember it. But when I started running, their name was Bunbo.
Oh no, failed at 77. That is a lot of time. I mean, that's a solid 15 seconds. And then we have Joker's extra trick, which is leaving before the memories to be able to collect them. So I mean, this mountain climbing has been brutal.
One thing people don't realize when they're starting out runs and they have trouble on this mountain climbing is
we did it.
You don't have to stick with one rock and then just fling yourself up and hope you find something with the shape or the color.
Yeah.
What I do sometimes actually is I grab that rock again and then I look for something around it of a different color but the same shape so that I can grab that one and fling up instead.
Oh, that's a smart move. It is tough. I mean, you just gotta. Yeah, I think it's one of those things that once you do it enough, you'll slowly get used to it. But I mean, sometimes
Yeah.
it can be tough there.
Mountain climbing sucks.
Now,
Or
is
rock
mountain climbing
sucks.
normal? Is it always the same on each level, or is it randomized?
It's randomized.
Oh, okay. So
So
there's no
even
way
if-
of memorizing a pattern or anything.
Yeah, even if you wanted to, you couldn't.
And we'll catch up with you soon.
Yo, welcome in, Aido, to the stream. Don't worry, the first 2 runs that we watched, my stream crashed like 4 times. It was not good. Super Hot and Vacation Simulator have been great, but luckily we have the recording.
Yeah.
So you know.
We're just wrapping up Vacation Simulator. We just got the ending left. Go back to Forest and then the ending.
Just have the end. All you gotta do, so you might see them pop up into Bot Moss, and you might be like, "Oh, is that a mistake?" It's not a mistake. You're actually spawning the memory, so that when you go and grab the next memory from the Forest Ranger bot, then you'll collect both of those and then be able to head out and have all 30.
Mhm.
A party. Parties were the
So we
Yeah,
can see. Oh, go ahead.
Most of the dialogue in this game is what, with the exception of the food orders, the food bots.
Mhm.
If you just go start their dialogue and then leave, it'll just count the memory as gotten achieved.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's time to
All right. Well, we can see. I mean, look at this. So right when we entered rock climbing,
Doesn't look like what I read about.
Bopper had a solid 5 to 10 second lead on Joker, and then we saw a couple of small fails on rock climbing at the higher end of it, and then now we're sitting at, I think, like 25, 30 seconds apart. That last little bit's so incredibly important.
Yeah, rock climbing is so detrimental. If you fail while you're high up, then you may as well just reset your run.
Yeah.
If you're
the
in like a resettable.
I mean, considering yours is gonna be like, it seems like in a high 20s area. I mean, that might have been a PB run for Bopper.
Yeah, if they hadn't failed it, I hate to say if they hadn't failed it.
I know it sucks. It sucks.
If you didn't fail this part. But if they hadn't failed on rock climbing, it probably would have been a PB. Probably somewhere in the 2020s.
Wow. So Bopper has that ability to get there. Gotta watch out. Aido just
believe
heads
the
up. Vacay is the last one. Vacay is our grand finale.
I'm the last one.
Is our last one. I was talking to some people earlier, and it was like, this is a really great idea, but being able to stream or even record VR runs is very difficult still for a lot of people. So getting people that were active and available for this marathon was pretty tough. I think I contacted around like 50 to 60 people. And only really like 8 people were able to make it at the end of the day. So I really appreciate y'all coming out and being a part of this. It's been great.
Yeah, of course. VR speedrunning has been a part of my identity for like 6 years now, maybe 5 or 6 years now. I absolutely love it. I started with Job Simulator, and I mean, I only moved on to Vacation Simulator. I did a bit of Carnival Games VR for a bit. But VR speedrunning is so important to speedrunning because VR is gaming of the future.
Yeah, I agree. And I think we really see like a big growth happening in VR speedrunning over time. I think it's going to happen. It's going to be something that grows really big. And like these
really
style
hope-
of games are going to be important.
I really hope next month when Among Us VR comes out, there will be a new influx of runners.
Well, I
'Cause
wonder,
there's
do you
also
think you can
Among Us
speedrun
speedruns.
Among Us?
Yeah, I speedrun Among Us.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I did not know
all
that.
tasks.
Don't you see?
Oh, all
Yeah.
tasks. That's
If you go into free play, they have a laptop where it lets you select whichever task you want. So I select every task.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's cool.
Then
That's
I
good to
have-
know.
And then I have the records for Skeld, Mira, and Polis.
and our mix of
Got it. Okay. And by the way, for anyone wondering, Joker, who's on mic, world record holder of Vacation Simulator, I just tossed their link into the live chat here on YouTube, so please go give them a subscription. Joker, do you have anything else you'd like me to toss out? Twitter, Twitch, anything else like that?
I wish vacation.
Oh, I don't use Twitch anymore.
Okay, gotcha. All right, perfect. YouTube all the way then. Right
One
now
thing
you're
I-
running a lot of SM64 Super Mario Odyssey, or is that right?
Yeah, I'm actually practicing because in what is it, 2 weeks I'm going to Maryland for PACE, the speedrun marathon that's held by
Oh.
GSA, the Global Speedrun Association.
Very cool, yeah.
I submitted to put OMM Odyssey Mario's moveset in there, and it got accepted, so I'll be running that there.
Wow. Well, congrats and good luck on that one. That's awesome. It's a really cool hack. I actually hope to play it myself soon, as I've done several SM64 speedruns in my time as well. But we just wrapped up. Joker's ended at, I believe it was a 2038 that we saw, and then Boppers is coming in again. It was all that rock climbing that really ironed it out. So again, to everybody, Joker, do you have anything else you wanted to say before I wrap up here?
If you want to speedrun Job Simulator, Vacation Simulator, or Cosmonius High, any of the VR Owlchemy games, we have a great Discord, great community. We're a community that's built on support, and we're all willing to help you improve no matter what. We love seeing new runners get interested in these games, and we can't wait to see what Owlchemy puts out next so we can break it even more.
I agree. I just dropped the Vacation Simulator Discord in the chat, which I think is available for. I think you can see the chat in YouTube VODs. I'm not actually 100% sure.
You can, I think.
Okay, cool. But yeah,
not, then I'll put
the Discord's very welcoming and a great spot. Thank you all so much. Thanks everybody who's watching. Thank you if you're watching this post marathon in the edit that Aido has to do. Thank y'all so much. It's been a blast. It's been good. Hopefully next time we double the games, have 8 games, have 12 games, something like that, and we'll have a much cleaner UI and setup for it. So thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Bye.
Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate your time and viewership. If you would like to join the community, I host monthly VR tournaments and community nights in my Discord. I would love for you to stop by, say hi, and get involved. On top of that, we are always talking about new news and events in social and casual sport VR. I look forward to seeing you around.